Oh, do I feel good today? What is good, DTL Universe? Your boy is back in the friendly confines as we roll through our Tuesday. For those of you who are new to our little brand, like we like to call Driving the Line, this is your daily sports and sports betting brand of record. We are live every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And starting on September 5th and moving on, we are live on every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. as well. Now, we also the most transparent show in all of sports betting. How do we do on Monday as the entire crew picked me up as I was traveling cross country? Hey, what do we always say here at the brand? We just want to win more than we lose. It's very, very simple. A, B, cashing. We go 3-2. That's a positive right there. And don't forget, if you're not a member of the crew, we have crew exclusive picks as well. Now, can you feel how big today is? Today's a big day for our brand. So before I really get into it and tell you exactly how it's going to work, I got to bring in my partner. I got to bring in my 5-tool player. I got to bring in the man who started this 8 months ago, and we had all of these visions of literally global expansion. And that happens today. AB, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy to think that it wasn't that long ago, when we first got this thing going, and it's just been super growth, and that's a big thanks to everybody in the crew. They're the ones that pick us up every time.
No doubt. It's all about content. It's all about engagement. It's all about you at home in the chat. And there's so many more of you that watch at home that don't chat, and that's okay. We want everybody here. Now, AB, we have a lot of people calling us right now, and the next couple of weeks are going to be very, very big. But today specifically, we have a new partner, and we have a brand new show. It's kind of like the soft launch today as we really get into it. But we have a global, all over the world distributed podcast starting today. It'll drop around 1 or 2 in the afternoon. It's called DTL, the podcast. We want to give a shout out to Pantheon, our new partners. They are amazing to work with. And it's just going to be kind of diving in to topics more from a betting perspective, but it's not a pick show. It's a discussion. We want everybody to get there. I'm super excited.
I'm super excited too. And the most important thing, for our audience to understand is that it's not a clip show from this. It's completely different, right?
Yes.
Like it's absolutely fresh content, brand new, different than all of this. So it's not like, oh, hey, I tuned into the morning show. I'm good. No. It's completely different. And you're going to want to tune into all of them. So yeah, absolutely, Coach. It's fantastic.
And the other little thing, AB, and maybe we shouldn't let people know, but our crew members, our premium members, guess what they can get if they so choose? If they so choose.
I hear that
we have been allowed. Pantheon says, you know what? If you guys want the video and you want to use it somewhere else, feel free. So we're deciding, but I think we're going to put the video up for our premium members because we're still going to record it. So why not use it? Another added bonus to joining the crew before we get to football. No?
1,000,000% yes. There you go, right there. Who's got it better than us?
Nobody. Now, as we grow, we couldn't have grown like this without the help at the start of one of our greatest friends of all time who left us way, way too soon. But he's always looking down on us. What is the Howie Schwab crew play of the day?
Oh, I wish Pantheon could have seen a day one Howie Schwab. They'd have loved it. All right, so look, Major League Baseball is wild. All right, we had some tough beats yesterday, some wild games, and it's going to continue. It is absolutely going to be this way until we get to the playoffs here. So 2 games, 4 options here. Phillies Braves over 8, game 1 of this series. Phillies Braves under 8. Are you going Red Sox Astros over 8? Red Sox Astros under 8. Polls in the chat. Vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show.
Do you kind of get that feeling, as important as baseball is, now that we've had these preseason games, we're starting to pivot our mindset to getting ready for football? And this week, college football starts. Week 0, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
College game day, Dublin, Ireland. Mm-hmm. I was watching Monday Night Raw last night, and Pat McAfee, who's got it better than him? They're letting him off, AB, for 4 months to go do college game day and then come back on Netflix in January. And we'll probably be on Netflix by then. Who knows?
They didn't let you guys off for one day.
AB, when I came back in 2018, I told Vince, I've got 4 golf events already booked, already signed. Cool with it. And then he took me off permanently when I missed the second one. I'm not Pat McAfee, clearly. All right, we've got the guys standing by, the best crew, as Pat says, the best crew and show in the game. Let's get to it. A bounce-back day, even though we won yesterday, a bounce-back day. Let's get to the picks. Oh, look who we've got today. It's a glorious Tuesday. And who gets our 15 seconds today? I don't need to see the recap screen. Oh, okay. The man from the Dirty. He says, it's me. Oh, no. Who are we pointing at? AB?
I couldn't get my finger. I was trying to go to my man Shakira up here, but, my fingers wouldn't go right.
Hey, yeah, hey, hips don't lie. I guess fingers don't lie.
Stage left. Remember, stage left.
One of the greatest songs ever. One of the greatest songs ever. Raphael, all right, they're all voting for you. Our numbers guy, good morning. You get our 15 seconds.
Yeah, Shakira's hips didn't lie when she crossed the picket line yesterday and cashed that ticket with win place. And my long shot came in. The exacta paid $168. And if you went win in place with her, I think she cashed close to $100. So it was a nice hit for Shakira. But hey, her hips were rocking and rolling, and I was cashing and cashing.
Hey, Raphael, okay, let's stop with that.
I was gonna say, the funny part to me is when he says cross the picket line. It made me think like the horse is like a union strike representative.
I know.
Horses are unions.
All I'm thinking in my head is Raphael and Cool usually aren't in the same stratosphere, but it's a great effort, Raphael. It's a great effort by you, as always. Also, he's the man from the Dirty. He takes care of a lot of different sports, but soccer, now that the leagues are back, you get a little extra pep in his step. Charles, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Crew, happy to have you back. Exciting day for the brand. Yeah, Bundesliga starts this weekend. Bless the stay on your toes cash yesterday as well. So, hey, it pays to tune in live. So excited about this week. Let's get going.
Damn right. A lot of new people tuning in today. What he's talking about, we give out live picks on the show that are not on the recap screen, as we just discussed. That's why we try to educate and entertain. Now, finally, this man's got the best beard in the game. Soupy, fired up today, sir?
Oh, absolutely. We got college football starting this weekend, and today, DTL, the podcast. I'm so excited to be a part of the inaugural show. It's just a great day for everybody at the DTL crew.
AB, should we let Soupy know now or later that he's not a part?
That I'm hosting the show? Yeah, you can go. You can go.
DTL, the fantasy team.
All right, let's get to it. Charles, as always, we need some fire picks today. Let's start us off with you.
The final phase of the Champions League qualifiers begin this week, and we're going back to our Norwegian friends, Bodo Glimt, who has averaged 2.4 team goals at home this season. They welcome Serbian giants Red Star Belgrade to town, who are averaging 4 team goals on the road to start their new campaign. Based on these teams' style of play, I expect each side to get on the score line and at least 3 goals. So I'm going to back to both teams to score in over 2.5 full-time goals. Once again, this is Champions League qualifier, Bodo Glimt, Red Star Belgrade, and it goes off at 3 p.m. Eastern.
I like it. Always giving us exactly what we need. Now, AB, there's times where history's made on the show. And somebody who just happens to be a part of the crew just wrote something in the chat that I promise you has never been said in the history of time. DG, he's only 8 minutes late. He just wrote, let Raphael's freak flag fly. Has never been said before in the history of time. Damn it. I don't even know if Raphael has a freak flag, but it sure ain't flying.
Oh, right. No, we saw him at 96 bash at the beach. Yeah, he was all getting wild out there.
All right, Raphael, coming over to you, big boy. Where are you headed today with Houston?
We are going to Minute Maid Park, where we love some juice at Minute Maid Park. That's why we like the Houston Astros team total over 3.5, minus 140. Yes, a heavy juice, but the juice tastes better at Minute Maid. I can't believe this total is this low, 3.5. I thought both teams would be 4.5. Last 10 meetings between these two teams, 8 of them have gone over. And the winner, the last 10 times the winner has averaged 8.5 runs per game. I'm blown away that it's 3.5. That's why the juice would taste good at Minute Maid Park. I'll lay the minus 140.
I like it, man. I like the energy coming out of you today, Raphael. I like the energy coming out of you. By the way, Big Cheese, a lot of questions about the new podcast. Is DG a part of the podcast? Can't leave out the MVP. Well, apparently he's got this little thing that he likes to call a job. And so he will not be a part of the podcast because he'd like to keep paying for his groceries at home. But maybe once in a while, AB will throw DG on there.
No. We will. And let me say this. If anybody wants to support him, if you're ever out traveling, all right, Drury Inn and Suites, all right? And let me tell you, I stayed in one just recently, and I spoke to DG about this. This hotel gets it because in the lobby all night long, they have a soda machine for guests of that hotel. You don't have to go buy it for $7 for a drink.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, it sounds dumb. It's one of the best perks any hotel has to offer. It's fantastic.
Better than the Sonesta?
Well, my man Esther Beck on breakfast over there, he's pretty good. But Drury's is great too. I'm telling you, man, like they put the people up front. They get it.
We're gonna give a shout out to AB. Whenever that first hotel partnership comes to DTL, we'll know who it is because he stayed at all of them.
Yep.
That soda machine. That's something. All right. Mark says free mixers. LOL.
Yep.
AB.
Yep. Buddy, we produced an on-demand show from that hotel at like 3 a.m. I bet I had 14 mellow yellows.
Is that another word for something else or an actual mellow yellow?
Yeah, just mellow yellow. I took a coffee cup and just kept refilling mellow yellow.
That's hilarious. All right, 2 down. We got 2 to go right here with my man Soupy. Soupy, we're going straight props with you today. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Yes, this is another juicy pick, but he has been on a great run, batting .476, 6 runs, and 4 RBIs, and he's only struck out 4 times. So you want a guy who's going to make contact. He's going against Ronaldo Lopez, 3 for 8. 2 of those hits are a double and a home run. So take Trey Turner over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're going to go to Frankie Montas. We're actually going to play him because he's actually been pitching pretty well since coming over to Milwaukee. 3 straight wins for Milwaukee in his starts. He's going against St. Louis, a very familiar opponent. He has struck them out 5 times in 2 of the starts this year. So give me Frankie Montas over 4.5 strikeouts.
Okay, I like those 2 props. Big, important question from the chat because tomorrow they are back. They are back tomorrow. Isn't AB supposed to be eating factor meals in front of us these days? Did we get that in the mail, AB?
We will be doing that very soon.
All right. On Factor Meals, we'll be back on the show tomorrow. So they liked how we did the first time. I like repeat customers. All right, AB. We've heard from Soupy. We've heard from Charles. We've heard from our numbers guy, Raphael. Where are you headed today, sir?
Headed to the land of Major League Baseball. We don't get to go to Minute Maid Park, the Juice Box, which is a great name. And if anybody's been down there, you can walk a couple blocks to the right and see the Enron building. Always a great sorry. No more Enron jokes. Well, we're going Diamondbacks Marlins over 7.5. Number 1, the Diamondbacks could probably cover this themselves today. They've been on absolute fire at the plate, mashing everything. And the Marlins throwing not Ryan Cabrera, Edward Cabrera. And it's going to be a tough day for my man EC because over the last week, he's got 2 strikeouts and he's given up about 13 earned runs, and it's going to get worse today. Take the Diamondbacks Marlins over 7.5 minus 115.
All right. I like those a lot. As we already discussed, college football week 0. I don't know why they don't call it, but it's week 0, college game day this Saturday. We'll have college picks on Friday. And I'll tell you what, I'm getting fired up, fired up. But our bread and butter at this brand will always be the NFL. And today, in our 24 days countdown, we head to maybe the most competitive division in all of football, the AFC North. Let's go. All right. You got the team with, 2 quarterbacks that were starters in other places, Denver and Chicago. Now, both are in Pittsburgh, according to DraftKings. The number is set at 8.5. AB, it is juiced to the under, however. Where are you headed to start?
I'm going under here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just not feeling it. I think this is going to be the first year that Mike Tomlin has a losing record, and I don't blame Mike Tomlin on this. But it just seems like it's going to be a disaster back and forth at quarterback. Russ is going to have good days. He's going to have bad days, right? You're going to see the same thing with Justin Fields. It's just going to be a back and forth affair. And the tough part is this. They're just not going to score a ton of points. It's going to be difficult for them. I love Mike Tomlin, and everybody knows it, but I'm rolling under here on Pittsburgh. There's so many more ways that this comes under than it does over.
You almost feel like even though they're the one franchise that has had 3 in the last 60 years, sometimes it may be time for a different voice, even though that voice is a very, very strong one, and he would have another job in an instant. But that would also be different for that new franchise. So maybe it's time. Who knows? All right, we got one under from AB. Raphael, where are you headed?
I just can't take the under on this one. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the over 8.5 plus 120. Not only has Tomlin won 16 straight winning seasons, but 11 playoff appearances. I know the quarterback has not just one question mark, but 2 big question marks. But I still have trust in Tomlin. I'm going to go 8.5. Last year's total season wins cashed over. The year before total season win cashed over. I have both of them, so I'm going to roll again. If I lose, I'm still up for the past 3 years betting the Pittsburgh Steelers over. So I trust Mike Tomlin. I know the offense is going to be struggling, but I think the defense will hold them into place. Their schedule's rough, but give me the 8.5 plus money. I trust Mike Tomlin.
Can I just throw this out there, guys, that every single year, if I'm correct, and maybe you guys said it, but I'm always doing 3 things at once, but he's never had a sub 500 year, correct? As a head coach.
Correct.
Never
16 straight years.
16 straight years. So now it's a 17-game season. So you can't be 8-8 anymore. So for him to keep that going, he would have to be what? 9-8, which would take this to the over. So that streak is very much in peril this year. All right, Charles, come over to you. Got one over. We got one under. Where are you headed?
I'm running with that under 8.5 as well. I'll eat the juice on this one. Just that I'm a huge fan of Tomlin, but this team is limited in probably the toughest division in football. Bengals, Ravens, Browns, they may even get swept in the division. Plus, you add in the Falcons, Colts, Cowboys, Jets, Eagles. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to back the under 8.5 as much as I hate to do it. But, yeah, I have to. I think 8 and 9 would be a good season for the Steelers.
All right, very good. So we got 2 and 1. Super, you've been sitting over there like a gentleman. Where are you headed?
I think they're going to go at exactly 9 and 8. If this moves up to 9.5, I say take the under. But right now, 8.5, take the over. They have a better quarterback this year. They had no offense last year. That defense held them down. Alex Hightower, Cam Hayward, T.J. Watt, who should have been the defensive player of the year last year. We'll get in that a little later. Russell Wilson has some pretty good weapons. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, that is going to be one of the greatest 1-2 punches in the league. And George Pickens led the league, 18.1 yards per reception. He's going to have a phenomenal wide receiver one. Again, I believe that this is going to be a 9-8 team, so take that over 8.5.
All right, very good. We got 2 and 2, but it's all about props too. And AB told you a couple of weeks ago when we started this, start a separate account, put that prop in there, and then let it marinate for the next 4.5 months. So AB, where are you headed with the Steelers this time?
When you do that with your separate book, you're going to place Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth over 3.5 receiving touchdowns. What a low number there for a guy that has been their tight end, their dude. Really, I mean, throughout all these just insane quarterback battles and what they've had going on here, and especially if you have, whether it's Russell Wilson or Justin Fields or both, who do quarterbacks look for? They look for big body tight ends when they need to make and score touchdowns. So we're going to go with Pat Freiermuth over 3.5 receiving touchdowns this year. And trivia question, you're talking about the quarterback from the Steelers last year. Does anybody know where Mason Rudolph is right now?
Tennessee.
He is. Wow, that didn't take you guys long. I would have been probably 10 guesses before I would have got to Tennessee. Interesting.
So I already knew that, but I would have guessed it with AB.
All right, great one there. It seems like a low number for a guy that the last couple of years we've been saying his name a lot, Pat Freiermuth. All right, Raphael, what prop are you headed to, sir?
Well, first, I forgot to mention this because my brain was still dancing. The Steelers open up at 7.5 as their total season wins. So that was even better. But I think the Steelers are going to go 2-0, sweep the Bengals in division play, plus 380. I think I don't have it in front of me. They bring out the broom. I'm not sold with Eminem, Joe Burrow. The running game is probably going to be short. They're missing their key pieces in the running game. Offensive line, especially on the left side, is a little bit weak. And Soupy said it. DJ Watt's going to be hopefully healthy all season long. If that's the case, the Steelers play the Bengals their last game of the year. So if we're holding on to that, we can hedge off in that last game. But I think give me the perfect sweep for Pittsburgh 2-0 against the Bengals, which I think the Bengals end up last place.
Leave it to my man Raphael for finding those really unique plays, which I absolutely love. By the way, Jesse says he's here for my MLB plays. Got to be honest with you, Jesse. Very busy working and getting ready for the podcast, but I'm going to do you a solid. I'll give out 2 on my social media later this afternoon. Don't even worry about it. I got you covered. Hashtag it pays to watch live. All right, Charles, where are you headed, sir?
I'm going to go with George Pickens to get over 1,250 receiving yards in the regular season. He had 1,140 last season. Now with Deontay Johnson going to the Panthers, he's a true number 1 option as well. I think he can get an extra 110 yards this season. So, yeah, give me George Pickens over 1,250 regular season receiving yards.
Maybe the best athlete that plays wide receiver in the entire NFL. Soupy, where are you headed?
What carried the Steelers last year, because the offense was terrible, was that defense. And who carried that defense? TJ Watt. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year. I cannot believe Myles Garrett beat him out. 19 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. He has, if he even comes close to these numbers this year, he gets that award. Give him Defensive Player of the Year at plus 550.
All right, I like those 4 as we dissect the Steelers. And later today on DTL, the podcast, we're going to dive in a little bit farther on the whole quarterback situation when it comes to one of the iconic franchises in the entire NFL and the history of the league. Now, team number 2 that we are tackling today, we're going with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Fighting Joe Burrows and all of this hair talk, which quite frankly just makes me, I haven't had hair in 20 years. But here's the number according to DraftKings, 10.5. It is juiced to the over at minus 125. AB, where are we headed?
Taking the Bengals over 10.5. And Joe Burrow, he's cleaning out his closet. He's ready to go this year, coming back from injury. And if anybody knows Joe Burrow, he is the most competitive dude on the planet. They've got pieces there. They lost offensive coordinator, but I really don't think that it'll matter too terribly much. We're taking the over 10.5 here. I think the Bengals have a nice year.
All right, Bengals over 10.5. First one. Raphael, talk to me.
The Bengals were last place last year in division, even though they had 9 wins of a winning season. They're going to be last place again this year. That's why I like the under between the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not sold on their offensive line. I think Burrow's going to be running around, trying not to get hurt with that offensive line. So I just don't see it. I see everyone else in division, Ravens, Browns, Steelers, toughest division. I think someone has to be in last place. So why not take the team that finished last year in last place? I'm going to take Cincinnati Bengals. I could be wrong, but I just think Joe Burrow might be running for his life. I'm not fading LSU, Charles, but I just think he might be running for his life this year.
DJ says minus 250. Raphael calls him Burrow Eminem today.
Already did.
He's kind of on brand for you. All right, Charles, talk to me.
Yeah, you're probably wrong on that one, Raphael. So I'll go Bengals over 10.5 wins because this schedule is, it's good for them. They got the Patriots, Commanders, Panthers, Giants, Browns, Raiders, Chargers, Titans, Steelers. They could sweep Cowboys as well. So definitely see 11 wins. As long as Joey B stays healthy, I think sky's the limit for this Bengals team. So, yeah, over 10.5, sign me up.
God, please don't get hurt again. I love the Stars being the Stars, and these numbers definitely affected with Burrow in or with Burrow out. Snoopy, talk to me.
Like Joe Burrow's hair color, I am fading the Bengals this year. I think that they are going to be below 500. I think this is going to be a 7-10 win team. I have concerns about the offensive line, like we mentioned. 6th in QB hits, 7 in sacks allowed, and Amaris Mims, their rookie that they picked up, he's already hurt. Trent Brown is going to play right tackle for probably a while. And if Mims comes back, he's a rookie. He doesn't know sort of the chemistry. He's going to struggle when he come back. And losing Tyler Boyd was probably the worst thing they should have found a way to keep him. But my biggest concern is the defense. There is so much youth on the defense from the front line to the secondary. They are going to struggle this year. That offense is going to have to try to keep them in games every single week. And I don't think they're going to be able to do that every single week. So going under possibly even 500 this year.
Wow. 8-9 perhaps, according to Soupy.
I still think, no, 7-10. I think it could be 7-10 this year. I think this is going to be, I don't think this is going to be a good year for him. I really do.
All right. Very good. All right, now let's head over to the prop situation. And AB, you also are targeting Joe Burrow. And I love when you incorporate your pick with the no-fly zone that's coming in a couple of weeks. Where are we headed?
The no-fly zone is definitely open for Joe Burrow. I love him to death, but this boy will throw you some picks, man. And they're definitely going to be throwing the ball, especially if they are behind in games, which we've seen even when they've had great seasons. I mean, it seems like the Bengals are always in a 27-26 shootout. It almost kind of feels like the Chargers back in the day when it didn't matter what you were doing. You turned on a Chargers game with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Phillip Rivers was down 2 driving every week. Constantly, and that's kind of how Burrow has been. So I think he's definitely going to throw some picks up there. Over 9.5 is a really good number. Really, we just need him to be healthy and play the entire season. And then trivia question, Soupy. You mentioned Tyler Boyd. Do you know where he's at right now?
He's at Tennessee. I love Tyler Boyd. I did. I thought he was actually going to be a more prominent player when he moved on to free agency. He has 2 1,000-yard receiving seasons.
Right.
He's actually a solid receiver.
So real quick, like we were talking about, the Bengals lost their offensive coordinator. He's now the new head coach at Tennessee, replacing Mike Vrabel. That was the first thing that he did. He was like, I'm getting Tyler Boyd and bringing him down here.
He's a great receiver.
He was the one guy, though, every time we picked him on a Sunday or something, that was the week he wouldn't deliver. They wouldn't even throw him the ball. They wouldn't even look at him. Tyler Boyd, over 7.5. No, not today. All right, Charles, what is your Bengals prop today?
Yeah, I already highlighted that schedule, so I'm just going to tick it up one more win. I'm going to take the over 11.5 wins at plus 155. Yeah, I definitely think they can get to 12 on this one with that soft schedule. So, yeah, give me Bengals over 11.5 wins plus 155.
All right. I like that a lot. I like when you dig deeper and get to a plus money play. So part of the reason Tyler Boyd didn't show up is because usually, Soupy, your guy would show up, and you think T. Higgins has a big year this year.
Yeah, because he's not coming back there next year. So they are going to use him and give him the ball as much as possible. And he's going to try to get that big contract. So big day, big year for him. Again, no offensive line. So, or no defense. So they're going to need the offense to be in a lot of these games. Chase should get a lot of play. Higgins should get a lot of play. Higgins over 875.5 yards this year.
All right. Very, very good. So I think everybody has gone except, has everybody gone? That's what I thought. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention because he might throw a lot of interceptions according to AB. But we also know that if they're behind, there might not be a better late game. You add those 80 or 90 yards here and there, and that can get you to your over, sir. Talk to me, Raphael.
Yeah, give me Joe Burrow over 4,500 passing yards because they are going to be playing from behind a lot with a short running game and offensive line being question mark. I think he's a lot of slam plays, quick outs that could be add up to nice yardage. If he didn't get hurt last year, he was trending to do another 4,000. I think it was been like 3,900 something. If he didn't get hurt, he's cashed his number 2 out of 3 years. If he stays healthy, he easily flies over this 4K. I like Joe Burrow, the passing yards over.
All right. I like that a lot. Big Cheese says, Coach, you sound a little bit under the weather. It's what happens when you fly 6 hours cross country for the crew, for the team. Yeah, I'm at 37,000 feet working on the show. Got a little bit of a cold. Thanks for pointing that out, Big Cheesy. I don't take offense. All right, so we've done the Steelers. We've done the Bengals. We continue tomorrow with our 24 days to the NFL. By the way, Lydia in the chat says, easiest bet is the Eagles to win the NFC East minus 175. Don't even worry about it, Liddy. The last 8 days is going to be all about the divisions. We're talking about all of them together. Last 8 days leading up to September 5th. But if you weren't here at the top of the show, don't even worry about it. We've got a little segment we like to call the Whip Around. And as always, we're getting closer. Can't wait. It's brought to you by Reagan, the movie.
Welcome to your life. You can run from a bully for so long, but after a while, you're going to have to stand up to him.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
I am about to start the biggest war of this century.
You told me you wanted to make a difference in this world.
What would you have me do?
I want you to fight!
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wants to rule the world.
Less than 2 weeks away, the red carpet coming up very, very soon. Just got a note for our movie partners, and they will be on the red carpet. We're hoping to facilitate some interviews from that movie coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll see if that happens. All right, look at the new graphics and colors today. Absolutely love it. Shohei, plus 150. Jordan, plus 275. Reese Hoskins, plus 400. Mitch Haniger, plus 450. Tyler Fitzgerald, plus 600. Charles, who's going to go the yard today?
Give me old Jordan against Nick Pivetta, plus 275. I'm expecting runs in that game as well. So, yeah, for show purposes, Jordan Alvarez, plus 275.
Boom and boom. Soupy, talk to me.
I got to tell Charles, just because Nick Pavetta's having another tough year. I think it's a 4.7 ERA. So I'm definitely taking Jordan this year, for today.
Oh, man, the Astros, we need him to hit to help with that team total. Raphael, you're up.
I'm taking Shohei, but I wanted to take Jordan plus 275 just because of synergy, and I also have the Astros team total over 3.5, but I think Shohei at plus 150 is a nice bet.
AB, you're up.
Tyler Fitzgerald, plus 600. Let's go Gigantes.
This guy has taken the world by storm, hasn't he? And he doesn't get a lot of play because he plays in San Francisco late in the day, but this guy's an absolute banger. All right, it is Tuesday. Every day matters. Every check mark matters. We are cash stacking to get to September 1st. So, Charles, let me come over to you because there is a lot of soccer today. You found one play you absolutely love.
Champions League qualifiers, our friends Bodo Glint and Red Star Belgrade. I'm going to go with the both teams to score and over 2.5 based on these teams' style of play. I see 2-1 either way or 2-2 type final score. And like I said, Champions League qualifiers going off at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Very, very good. Super, you got two. You're up.
Trey Turner batting .476 in his last 5 games, going against Ronaldo Lopez, 3 for 8 against him. He's going to get the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And Frankie Montas has faced the Cardinals twice, 5 strikeouts in each of those. He does it for a third time, over 4.5 strikeouts, minus 115.
Boom. Raphael, let's go to Houston. They are, red hot. Talk to me.
Yeah, we're spiking that juice at Minute Maid Park today. Astros team total over 3.5, minus 140. A lot of runs will be scored. Hopefully, Jordan provides those runs for us.
And AB, you're going very simple. Miami, a lot of young players, but they've been playing in some over games lately. Yes?
They have. They've got weather in their favor today. The tough part is that the Diamondbacks are going to be all over him, putting runs up, but we'll take runs from the Marlins as well. Take those Diamondbacks, Marlins over 7.5, minus 115.
All right, very, very good. And as always, follow all of my guys on social media as we're always updating picks. As I said, Jesse, I got you covered. Two picks for baseball from Cashing with the Coach later today. And also, if you're not a premium member yet, you've only got a couple of weeks until we explode with content. And a reminder that the podcast video will be available just for crew members every single day. Soupy, real quick, I know you're going to be on the podcast today, but where can we find your other stuff, sir?
Bettingpros.com and fantasypros.com.
Boom and boom. Charles, thank you very much. Raphael, AB, as always. Let's wrap things up with the closing bell. Just makes me feel good when I see Howie every single day. What did the crew select today, AB?
The Red Sox and the Astros over 8. Howie's favorite thing, scoring runs. They're feeling it up there, well, down there in Houston. So, yeah, Red Sox, Astros over 8.
All right. I would start to lean into teams that need these W's. We're getting to the end of August, and it's about who's going to be in the playoffs and who's just playing out the string. AB, great to be back with you, big boy. Today's a big day, and over the next couple of weeks, because I know you're always cooking behind the scenes with a lot of things brand-wise. Anything you can let us in on a little bit as we get ready for our first DTL After Dark September 5th?
Well, we're going to be all over, the no-fly zone. But from what I understand, there will be a companion piece from DG, and I will not give away what the secret is going to be. But DG is getting in on that style, but it's not interceptions. I think you're going to enjoy it.
All right. A little tease, a 2-week tease, as it were, as this Thursday will be exactly 14 days until somebody said it was Jim Plunkett days away from the NFL.
Plunkett. Now, here's the other thing, too. So going away from the tease part, look, these shows are going to be fantastic. Anybody that's been with us forever knows that these lead in, Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, etc., that we're going to hit the no-fly zone. We're going to hit the first touchdown of the game. Like, we have so much fun on these shows that I'm telling you, these alone are way well worth a subscription here at what, $5.95 a month? Is that what it is, right? Like,
that's it.
Those alone, and then you're going to get 100 times more content. But those are the most fun shows for sure.
Yeah, we're not like Peacock. I got an email yesterday. They went from $5.99 to $7.99 for Peacock. I guess they're losing the WWE, so they got to, actually.
Where's the WWE going?
Netflix. They're going to Netflix. Yeah, $5 billion. $5 billion. Yeah. A lot of money out there in the live event game, and we want part of it. You know what I'm saying? AB, have a great day, buddy. Well done. Well done. Producer man, I need my one shot. Thank you very much. There are certain tentpole days when you are out in this crazy media world, in this content creation world, that you look at and say, that was a big day. Today is one of those days for us. As a crew, as a unit, we want to thank all of you for tuning in every single day. And all of you out there that are thinking about being a part of what we're doing, thank you as well. We can only grow one single solitary fan at a time. And you guys make it all worth it. It's not easy. But we're doing it, and we're doing it with you and because of you. So with all that being said, it is now time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward. Be kind to one another. Be honest with each other. It's the only way that this thing can work. And understand this. Follow us on social media. Our very first DTL the podcast drops this afternoon. We're going to try around 1 p.m. Eastern time. We'll get a workflow going, and you'll know exactly every single day you're driving around the car. Just flick it on. You'll get smarter. #educate entertain. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Now, Dr. Lobo, my man from the Dirty Charles, my numbers guy, Raphael, best beard in the game, Soupy, my partner, AB, and never forget about producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here at Driving the Line. Good luck.